So hello and welcome to Steps to Maths, and today in arithmetic we're going to be looking at cost, profit and sale price. And we're going to be looking at it with some of the ideas that we found from using VAT. So imagine a bike cost €400 and this is the original cost of the bike. Okay. Let's say you bought it for €400 and you want to make a profit of 20%. Of course, when we say 20%, we mean a profit of 20% of the original cost of the bike. Okay. So if the bike costs €400, then 20% of the original cost of the bike is 20% of 400, which is 0.2 times 400, which is equal to €80. If you add that on, we find our sale price is €480. Of course, we can remember from VAT, we know how to go directly from cost price to sale price, because we know that when we add 20% of the original cost of the bike to 100% of the original cost of the bike, might sound like I'm repeating myself here a little bit, but I think it's important, then we'll find we have 120% of the original cost of the bike. Okay, so don't think about percentages in isolation. We don't say 20%, we say 20% of the original cost of the bike. We say 100% of the original cost of the bike, and we say 120% of the original cost of the bike is of course our sale price. And of course we can find that directly because we know 120% is 1.20 of means times the original cost of the bike was €400. We type that into our calculator or calculate it in our heads and we get €480 directly. Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing today. You're going to be given the cost, you're going to be given the profit, and you're going to be given the sale price. And I want you to use this method. Please practice this method. Don't do the primary school method where you find 20% and add it on. And the reason, of course, is, as you noticed in VAT, you can't subtract 20% of the original cost if you don't know what the original cost is. So the only way to get from the sale price back to the cost price is to reverse this. So practice doing this to get from the cost to the sale price, because the next day we're going to be finding the reverse. So you need to be practicing going forward so that you can learn how to go backwards. Okay, so we're going to practice a couple of these things. Have a go at the questions. This is just going to be cost to sale price. Have a go. Know that when you add a profit onto a cost, you get a sale price. 1.2 times 400 is how you get that directly. One little thing. We have a cost. Imagine that was €400. We have a profit. Imagine he makes a loss of 20%. What will the sale price be? Well, of course, this isn't 20%. It's 20% of the original cost of the bike. So we've got 100% of the original cost of the bike less 20% of the original cost of the bike will give us a sale price. What's 100% of the original cost less 20% of the original cost? Well, it's 80% of the original cost of the bike. So to go from cost directly to sale price in one step, we do this. What's 80%? Well, you know how to convert 80% to a decimal. We know that in maths of means times, and we know the original cost of the bike was €400. So we just type that into our calculator and we'll get our answer. 0.8 times 400 is of course 300. be our answer directly. Okay. Cost, profit, sale price. 100% of the original cost of the bike plus 20% of the original cost of the bike gives us 120% of the original cost of the bike. How do I calculate this? 120% as a decimal of means multiply. The original cost of the bike is 400. 1.2 times 400 is 480. That gives us our answer directly. We're not going to calculate this. What if I make a loss? I start with 100% of the original cost price of the bike. I lose 20% of the original cost price of the bike. Gives us a sale price of 80% of the original cost price of the bike. 80% as a decimal of, meaning multiplied, the original cost of the bike being 400 euro, gives us 320 euro, which is our sale price. Why are we doing this in one step? Well, the answer is if we're told our sale price and we want to find our cost price, we don't know the original cost of the bike, so we can't find 20% of the original cost of the bike, so we can't add it on. However, if we have one step to get here, we can get one step back again. But we'll look at that the next day. Okay, all the best. Practice using cost to profit to sale price directly using a decimal and a multiplication. Do not do the primary school adding method, please. Okay, best of luck. Enjoy.